Hey, it's Timmy. Today we get a double whammy for you guys. I'm gonna take you to Bird Creek, which is a pretty sweet whitewater run right up the road, and we're gonna drive this crazy machine into it. And then I'm also going to do a review on the ProRide foam foot pads for the Onewheel and show you guys how to install them and what my thoughts are. So here we go. Welcome to Truck House Live, baby. That's an Argo. It's a strange machine. Awesome.
This might be the coolest shuttle rig I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's pretty. I've never been on an Argo actually. So 5 kayakers, 2 shuttle drivers. We're going 7 deep. A little bit tight. All right, cool. This is so ridiculous. Oh my God. Why would they make it that tight? Why would they do that? It's tour. I feel like Zorro. Oh man. We're at Instant Portage. We're going downstream now. Well folks, it's been a pretty eventful day on Bird Creek. We're almost done. This is the largest rapid that's clean. The last drop's right there. And then you gotta hike out around the big waterfall where we're gonna meet Haley and Cam and Tyler and Lindsay are all down there.
at Bird Falls. Pretty big falls, like a 25-footer. At higher water, you go flying right off the center, but it's kind of low right now, so. Boy, bet that gave you the willies. So concludes our day on Bird. At this point, we portaged around like 20 trees.
Well, that was a wrap, y'all. Today, I'm just gonna show you guys the ProRide pads I just got for the Onewheel down there. Grip tape's getting a little bit worn down, so we're gonna throw these on. I don't see a lot of reviews online on what people think of these pads, which is kind of like what you'd see on a paddleboard in the ocean or surfboard. It's just like foam grip tape. It's supposed to be pretty sweet and reduce foot fatigue. I'm gonna let you know how the ProRide pads compare to grip tape. So let's put it on and go for a ride. Here's your pads. This looks like the front pad. The rear pad has a kick to it, kind of a ramp if you will, and instructions. So from what I'm reading, you're supposed to remove your grip tape, which means I have to take off my flight fins. So let's do that first. The next step is to get a heat gun, heat up the grip tape, and peel it off. And you want to start with the tire side of it, especially when you're doing the front. You don't want to tear off the sensors, so I'm going to try to peel that off carefully. All right, we're going to start with the back one because I've never done this before, and I figured this is the first one I should practice with instead of doing the front one with the sensor. And there you have it. Let's do the front. All right, grip tape is off. Pretty simple. Actually came off a lot better than I thought it would. So the next step is if the grip tape left any kind of residue or glue, you're supposed to clean that off with alcohol. But I got lucky, mine's totally clean, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply the traction pads. Once again, we're going to start with their rear pad, just since there's no sensor here. Make sure you use the pad with a kickback on it, obviously. And I'm just gonna remove the first couple inches of this 3M tape, line up the pad the best I can, and work it on. All right. And there you have it. So that's what she looks like when you're done. So once it finishes charging, we'll go take it out for a test spin and I'll give you my opinion. I ride probably 75% on trails, so hopefully it's got at least as good a grip as grip tape. I think that kickback in the end will be pretty sweet right there. So we'll see. So what's my opinions on the ProRide foot pads? Freaking awesome. One advantage I've noticed with these ProRide traction pads is compared to grip tape, I can move my feet around on the board a lot easier to adjust my foot position while I'm riding, but I still feel locked in. So the foam just really helps with the vibrations. You just don't feel them as much. The biggest difference I noticed was that there's a lot less vibration when you go down the road, those tiny vibrations that you can just feel through the wooden deck and grip tape. The foam absorbs a lot of that. So you just don't feel as much vibration with these ProRide foam foot pads as you do with the grip tape that was on here. As far as traction's been great. Ridden when it was wet, and they grip almost better than grip tape, honestly. And when it's dry, they grip just great. I did notice it's a lot easier to move your feet around. So if you need to adjust your foot position while you ride, you'll like these. I also really like this little kick up in the back. That's just nice. It kind of helps lock your foot in and just makes it a little more comfortable. It's not super night and day difference, but you will definitely notice that you have less foot fatigue. I rode about 7 to 8 miles on the last trip and my feet were still totally fine. So it's pretty cool. So I'd highly recommend them. Those are my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next adventure. All right, peace y'all. It's a strange machine.